Well, it looks like mission get rid of Trump is still in full operation. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. How do everyone? Welcome back for a Monday in the living room again, avoiding the baking hot car as it's too hot outside. I may do one from there later on when I'm out working. Well, it would appear that free speech and our ability to find the information we want to online is still under massive attack. And no more so than in America. We all know what happened with President Trump. They wanted him gone, and lo and behold, he was. But that hasn't stopped him. He's still there. He's still fighting. He's still holding rallies with thousands of people turning up. But what we're finding online at the moment is that the online social media services are doing their damnedest to try and hide any coverage of him and not allow his message to get out there and for people to hear what he wants to say. We are being very, very, very much controlled. Same thing's happening in the UK as well. They're trying to stomp down on things that are inconvenient, try and sweep them under the carpet and pretend they don't exist. I got an email from an American follower, and I will read you that next. Okay, I've got the old tablet here, and I shall read you the relevant part of the email. Okay, yesterday I waited all day to be able to see President Trump speaking at a rally in Sarasota. Believe it or not, as popular as these rallies were during his campaign, even more people are turning out for them today. 10, 15,000 people getting into the actual venue, with more waiting outside wanting to listen to what he has to say. Well, it was supposed to be live on YouTube at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock came and went, and no President Trump. I know he usually starts speaking a little bit later than that, so I got my fire pit lit. I brought out my Chromebook from inside and sat outside. I had a barbecue going, sounds nice, and I was all set. 8 o'clock comes and goes, and no President Trump on YouTube live stream, just a still image saying it was scheduled. And they never showed the footage, did they? So somebody that wanted to hear him speak and relying on her means of accessing the outside world, she was sorely disappointed. I find with things like this now, you have to go searching around, and other countries usually display the information that you want to find and want to pick out. Well, I happened to stumble across about 4 minutes of what President Trump has to say, and he's still the same old President Trump, patriotic, loves his country, and is very worried about what's going on at the moment. If you have a look now, I've added this 4-minute clip for you to this video, and you can see what the man himself has to say. Enjoy.
Tomorrow we will celebrate 245 years of glorious American independence. And it will not be canceled, by the way. It won't be canceled. And we will teach young people across the country that George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock will forever be American heroes. People want to take their names off buildings. Can you believe it? They took names off buildings like George Washington. And I told you, this is where they're coming from. We're not going to let that happen. They will never be purged from history or canceled from our hearts. The mission for all of us here tonight is to preserve the legacy of July 4th, 1776. And to defend our liberty from the radical left movement that seeks to cancel this date, demolish our heritage, and destroy our beloved nation. In just 5 months, the Biden administration has launched an all-out assault on everything we cherish and we value. Under Joe Biden and the left, I don't know if it's Joe, to be honest with you. It's somebody. Does anybody know who it is? It's somebody. Free speech is under assault like never before. Religious liberty is being crushed. Nobody took care of religious liberty like we did. Dissenters are being persecuted. Our streets are being overtaken by vicious thugs and bloodthirsty criminals, Democrat cities. Our border is being erased before our very eyes. It was never stronger than the border that we created just a few months ago. Critical race theory is being shoved down our children's throats and into the ranks of our military. And our generals are even going for it. Maybe they're just doing that because they think that's politics. They ought to focus on China and Russia and other things of far greater importance. Big tech monopolies are out of control. Men are allowed to play in women's sports. So unfair, so crazy, and so bad for women's and the whole women's sports movement. So unfair, so bad. It'll end, it'll end, it'll end hopefully sooner rather than later. And our leaders are weakly bowing down to Russia, Iran, and communist China. There's only one way to save our nation. We have to work harder than ever before to win the colossal victory for America First Republicans in the midterms next year, and we have to keep fighting exactly like we are for right now. And I'll be doing exactly that, and we need your help. We need the help of this great country. And I just left Ohio a few days ago. We had 42,000 people also, and this crowd is big. They say you had like this massive storm. They say we lost nobody. We lost nobody. I love those guys back there. Together we will take back the House, we will take back the Senate, and we will take back America. We're not going to let this happen. 3 days ago, I traveled to the southern border to witness Joe Biden's demolition of American sovereignty firsthand. You saw that. What a demolition it was. The Biden administration's willful and deliberate obliteration of America's borders.
Worrying times indeed, isn't it? Let me know what you think of things in the comments below, particularly if you're in America at the moment. It'd be interesting to hear what you have to say. Anyway, I'm off, and I'll see you a bit later with another one. This is the Cabby signing off. Toodaloo.